based in the United States of America. Madam Sidra to Aminata Kamara, the Sidra Women's Organization helping the poor and needy. Is our passion, is our passion.
They come for do their best to the poor, east, west, south, the east, and the north.
Afuma me no supported, kare mara afuma money. Afuma me no supported, kare mara afuma money. Anye antike, ali.
Okay. Oh yes, plenty organization don't come and go, but this one come for stay, because in M, not the heartbeat of God, for help the poor and needy. It's the Sidra Women's Organization.
Sidra's Women Organization. They come for help with the poor and Sidra's Women Organization.
The Sidra Women's Organization will be launched officially on Saturday, the 7th of January 2023. This historic event go on for inside Makiniton, right now the SLTU Hall. The time now 10 o'clock now morning. As the main aim of this organization now for help the poor and needy, the Sidra Women's Organization would look for extend invitation to all Soriat organizations, especially other sister women's organization, for can witness this colorful ceremony. I say we Makini fumble them. Let we not forget the date again. Now Saturday, January 7, 2023, 10 o'clock in the morning, and the place now the Great SLTU Hall, Makini Town. This organization is sponsored by a daughter of the swell based in the United States of America, Madam Sidra to Aminata Kamara, the Sidra Women's Organization helping the poor and needy. Is our passion, is our passion.
They come for do their best to the poor, east, west, south, the east, and the north.
Afuma me no supported, kare mara afuma money. Afuma me no supported, kare mara afuma money. Anye antike, ali.
Okay. Oh yes, plenty organization don't come and go, but this one come for stay, because in M, not the heartbeat of God, for help the poor and needy. It's the Sidra Women's Organization.
Sidra's Women Organization. They come for help with the poor and Sidra's Women Organization.
The Sidra Women's Organization will be launched officially on Saturday, the 7th of January 2023. This historic event go on for inside Makiniton, right now the SLTU Hall. The time now 10 o'clock now morning. As the main aim of this organization now for help the poor and needy, the Sidra Women's Organization would look for extend invitation to all Soriat organizations, especially other sister women's organization, for can witness this colorful ceremony. I say we Makini fumble them.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of the program Colores Right on YouTube and Facebook on Weird. Well, we want to tell plenty thank you to you who don't join me right now, and we want to tell you, beg you for make you please share the program and as well like them so other people will be able to discover this particular program. Well, we want to tell thank you to the family members them as we talk about 62,878 subscribers where we can call family members on YouTube, and 33,000 on Facebook. Thank you very much. Please, we still get a target for each 100,000 before the end of this year, and we get few more days for let we go. So please, if you not subscribe yet, you not follow the program yet, please do so now. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Well, like we say, the program Colores to take a different turn. As most of the papers that we can do review on don't go holiday, so we decide for make we able for take different organization and look at different things them where they benefit the lives of people and see how far the government don't go with them things them they waiting on the successes, waiting on the challenges them where actually then to go through. And for today young program we actually get Alphonso Manley, where now the national coordinator for Civil Rights Coalition, where now organization this way on the look into different things them we get for do with mortal man in rights, citizen in rights inside the country. Well, today on program we want to focus on the free education. Of course, this is not the flagship program of we young president and the government, for make sure say picking them then at school, then stay at school and get waiting, then need forget. Well, when Ibini introduced this particular program, during the manifesto, Ibn talk say it will provide a lot of things then for the picking them. We can look into them things then they. We want to see again how the free quality education inside self they go. Well, we been still saying inside free talk and other side, and then we do pilot program on the school feeding program. Who side they don't go? How far with this? We do look into all of them things they are so and see how effective the classroom then they. This is a program couriers on YouTube and on Facebook. Like I say, inside the program this morning we get Alphonso Manley, where now the national coordinator Civil Rights Coalition, where basically done the worker like all over the country for make sure say he see how things then they happen with regards this free education. Well, Alphonso don't join me inside the program, and this is not the right time for let me say Kushe and Kabo to you, Alphonso. Welcome to the program for the very first time.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kushe and Kabo. I want to tell you thank you for when get me. I want to say to me family then compliments of the season. And I want to tell family say this somebody when they interview me, so we don't know who say for very long time when we start journalism. Very, very, very long time. If we talk about radio democracy, so they like today. The one that me they go fair news as reporter under rain, under sun. But let people they get trust and believe in radio democracy. Mr. Ali is one of them. So we don't know say for very long time. I don't follow this program most of the time. If they go on Facebook, you go see say they watch some of our programs them. So I'm glad for the part of this program today.
And myself really glad. Like I mean, they tell you off the program. I tell you say I really admire the way how I see you really push. You're not left behind at all. At least outside all we don't start. You don't pass everything. Say you don't catch a beat. Thank you, congratulations. At least you did try.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So na been and they with the fair news. First they go knock na the mote or Alphonso go call. News I get interview. Interview with today. Oh, Alphonso no you come.
Una dey dem pull na open by first yanda.
I tell you go up Leicester Pete.
It's not easy.
All right. Okay, so let me go now into the program proper one and talk about the issue of free education. Inside 2018, when the president take over the country, one of the first big projects were enacted for take on now the free quality education as then say. So you not possible don't the work inside this thing, you don't the watch and then the monitor. The people they listen to you. If you assess them first, how you will say the free education don't like?
Yeah, thank you very much. So when His Excellency introduced the free quality education, sometime in August in 2020, to be precise, 2018, August 20, when the free quality be launched, we be launching free quality education by phases. That means say, waiting government want for do phase 1, waiting government want for do phase 2, waiting government want for do phase 3. Under the leadership of the Honorable Alpha Timbo, when I'm the first minister of basic education. Now we look waiting now be the list of that first package here, waiting government want for achieve. Because all over the world, as they talk about the free quality education, I know one paper, because I've been part of that program. Now the first package, one are the abolition of SS4. We may get SS4, they say for full SS4 totally. 2, the abolition of teaching, the abolition of tuition fee, because enough for the pay school fee. The provision of LTM, learning and teaching material, chalk, blackboard, bell. The provision of textbook, 4 for primary, 4 for junior secondary, and 2 for senior secondary. The creation of situation room. Situation room means say na a system. The great thing Kenema they do and they collect all their information Waiting cannot do when they conduct all the information. So now they share the information online. The toll-free line where they get now the ministry in a that situation they for connect one district to another remotely. The payment of examination fees, NPSC, Becker, and WASC. The formation of interministerial committee, because for address the issue of education across cutting sector. It is the business of the Ministry of Water Resources for make sure say water they on the school and go connect. It is the business of the Ministry of Energy for provide electricity so the school will get lights. It is the business of the Ministry of Transport to provide transport so the kids will go school. So they get that interministerial committee where they meet once a month for address the press. This now be the first package. And the other after Timbo, they for 1 year and a half. Waiting government implements for that first package, not talk about that. Now government full SS4 come out totally. Now not get SS4 again at school. Government pay tuition fee across the board, not without challenges. Because some school and they them big band be wrong. Some school and they will them pay and personal account to school them in D. Ministry of Finance not send money at them school and they. The payment of examination fees. Using 2018 as the baseline, the number of picking the go seats is below 50,000. Now they talk above 150,000 because government is paying examination fees for government and government-assisted school. They were paying examination fee for private school. Me now one way say enough for B because according to the Education Act Section 1 define a private school as a school where government they put money fund. So that alone is a contravention of the act. So I say government, let government use this money put on the other side. So government is paying examination fee. Provision of textbook, not without challenges. Government through the help of DFID be buy the first set of textbook them. The textbook can come in 22 different containers. For gonna the 22 council. Because when the books can come, a council and supply it, and a council distribute the textbook them to school and exercise books. Maybe monitor Cambia and post. But when the container they arrive, now what defeat. Now we all go there with the media, including 98.1. We count 22 container them. And let we put money for them. All them container they go at the 22 district councils them. What thing can be the challenge? Council, not be, I know they talk about China, they talk about the first phase, let people understand what say supply. Because the government supply, people then go say, hey, no, some school not me get, so why they explain go along, let people they catch up the program. Council not me get budget for distribute some of them books, so some of the school they not get the book on time. So me get for come back, they make provision for let them distribute. Now, the creation of situation room, that they be established. Where then we get the toll-free line. Where if anybody want to call, now they call, where that situation room we go send the call, where if not cannot for address them, they send the concern go to the address them, that be the first phase package end of the free quality education. And indeed, they say they've been calm. All them they distribute the books in our schools, because of the school there be too many, like for instance, some districts they may get boku book they pass all our districts because the matrix may get mistake. And then mistake the way our civil society will pick them up. For instance, some school them may send number where they not get. And what to make it can be difficult for the school, the textbook so unique, it's difficult for them to for selling our streets because other school they know they use them. Okay. So now the first package that one day.
Okay, before you continue with the second
government supply
package,
the one and they, when government supply the one and they, the challenge that we've been there, we come back to the drawing board. We can make sure say the fees where they pay the school where they be not correct, we correct them. The schools that will give accounting and personal, the principal the account number, we correct them. We say the school and go open. That's
okay, so waiting basically we go get for do. You now one person way don't they watch how the system they work, how the free quality education they go on, how the government they make sure say they put things them in place, also they make mistake they able for correct them. I go basically speak the mind of plenty people them where we go say average people where get serious concern. And the first thing where I go ask,
Yeah.
where you talk about free quality education, you get plenty people who go say, not to free, not to quality education. Or you get other people who go say not to free education because you get other things, in as much as they pay a tuition fee for picking them, but other things that they way not to free. You know the monitor, and I know one thing about we system. Yeah, whenever they notice a monitor they come around, always not in the work, in the work. But if you do on the spot
Yes.
check, you see the real disgrace of the system. So now people they say problem then at the system in terms of this free quality. In fact, some people say this one not a free quality education. You were on the watcher, what do you say?
Yeah, thank you very much. You get challenges then for the implementation of the free quality education. And like you always say, those challenges are not insurmountable. First of all, I'll begin to operate in education governance. And they will get the biggest problem. Where government don't send off for pay school fee. And then you get them principle them because I go come for council about Dr. Senga the reform we do from the phases we can to the four guiding principle. We look at universal access, comprehensive safety, radical inclusion, while teaching and learning, the four components and the way they assess equality. I'll answer a question very quickly. Education governance and they'll get the biggest problem. Where government don't talk, say, picking enough for pay school fees. What is some principle that they do? Where picking pass NPSC for count from one, and they make all kind lists. When they reach 1 million, 2 million. When also the intention of government. When another one they wish say they preach against a civil rights coalition. When I make Boku no let win at the system, make Boku principle no want to at the system because they expose them. Ministry of Education they pull list say 280,000, 400, 500,000. What's the
Okay, I saw you for say we actually don't lost your sound. I don't know why. No, please, I go on follow you take them back. Yeah. This not to the idea of the Ministry of Education. You get me, please? We don't lost your sound.
So all irrelevant text.
Please, you get me? You get me, please?
I get you.
Yes. You talk very important something. We don't want for miss anything. We be lost sound here now. I don't know why. But I go on follow you take them back. This not to the intention of the Ministry.
I called me one kind sir. I don't know if I
Yes, I think they call it respect for coming inside again.
I'm not able to stop me call them.
You're not going able for stop because the minute you go flight mode, we always you lost a network with we. Alright, the program now, Korea right on YouTube and on Facebook. We get Alphonso Manley. I really want for the similar questions them they come inside. Quick one. And you know the producer been asking me for something yesterday. We will get for see how best we can able for put that in place for this morning. But let's just see if my producer, you know, glue on for let we see how we can.
Sorry about it.
It's okay, not your fault. It's okay. You get me now?
Yes. If I can get away for that call, no kind sir, go gladly.
No way, no day, bruh. If you see it right anyway, that means that you lost network.
Yes, because I don't put flight mode, I go off.
Yes.
All right, look right. So, let's just explain this. It's very important.
Okay. So we go on for let we get them again for we let we understand. We don't want for miss any word where you come out of this particular explanation.
That is very true. So what's happening? Where they can sit NPS in the picking them, government they get and they call price list. And government they get and they call coordination. For say government school and government assisted school. Now this mark them for take, then they set the bar. Say government model for take this. And the walls for take the all the comes to that coordination. And government they pull it and they call price list. You go get you colors them, you understand? And then at that number government they write down the price list. What's the principle and they do that they turn the school to business. Then you go put in textbook the way they know they use in a school. Go put uniform, then light uniform the way they take students from Jabia. When the picky and so the white go light, but not because people they want school. Then they put on the by time around 1,500,000. When they go report on the ministry say they want evidence for their parents that will pay this money for talk. When you come meet parents and say for talk, then they say no. Me and all go put up on me picking at school. So we'll go back to ministry and they make push shame. The principal and system don't say the parents and they pray for talk, then they don't be away now. Say call the parents in name. Not can generalize. Not say parents go pay. Call the parents in name. So now the first thing where they happen, now the free quality where I not think it please even government system. Hello?
Alphonso, go on.
Hello?
Yes, please, Alphonso, go on, continue.
All right, so then the first thing now one day. Then they ask for money where government not put say for ask for. So when you go for care picking from one, you dey pay huge money, and that's I know they get you. Hello?
Continue. The other guests don't kind of
Alright.
how the tell for range. Continue.
All right. So they pay huge money, in admission, and that is not the intention of government, right? And when they go report say matter, then the ministry they ask you for evidence base. And when they come to the parents and say, you know, who say you go pay now school X 1,200,000. You ready for now putting a radio for now talk, for now expose this principle? They say no, I don't want them put type on me picking. That's one of the bad aspects back to the parents and they contribute for corruption in the education. Because if you look at the recent education plan, one of the three governments want for eliminate corruption in education. How we eliminate corruption in education? How you the parents ready for where you the parents for them give PK examination question? Where you the parents where they go make list na ministry? You see, I say na 500. Hello.
Program we watch right now. Colres right on YouTube. Now we had on YouTube and on Facebook we get Alphonso Manley. We actually done they talk about how they done they monitor the system, the free education system. Well, like all time, we actually don't get another person we don't join we inside the program. We can join we follow we discuss this all important issue we they right now the floor. Well, in don't join we on Facebook. On WhatsApp. Now we actually don't get them. We go talk to we right from that particular side day. For we see how the conversation they go on. Well, this person he also in name na Charles Kev Kobai, we na the executive director for Forward Sierra Leone. Basically, then they look at different things then we get for do with governance and human rights. And all of them things I want to talk about so fall inside that particular category there, where then they look at. So Mr. Kobai, good morning and welcome to Colres.
Yeah, good morning, my brother, and happy for joining Una on this conversation.
All right. Alphonso, you get him, please. You hear him? Alphonso?
Yes, I get him. Kev is my brother. I get him.
Okay, clear. And
yes,
you
I get
Alphonso,
Kev. I get
right?
Kev. But I get Kev.
Yes.
No, now you are the get.
Yes. Okay, so no problem. We can walk them out and
yeah,
see.
I get Kev now. I get him.
Correct. Okay. So now everybody they get in company. So basically we've been to talk about the free education in the country. And Alphonso done when one of the people that we as well done the monitor, don't they explain, you know, waiting it mean by free quality and waiting at the system where don't they go on, waiting the government don't they put in place. And I've been just the asking from the average person the concern where they get about free education. As far as some people concerned, the education not free and the quality not the inside the education as some people impart down there. And Alfonso, of course, don't they tell we why, you know, people them they talk down there because of the way how some principal or head teacher and they try for exploit the system for now it makes some people they say I'm that way. So you don't they look into governance and human rights issue. And this now one of the rights them, you know, and it fall inside governance as well. What do you think about the free quality education where the government actually introduce?
So this is a very long conversation where we don't engage in for the last 4.5 years.
Okay.
And one of the pointers we may be always on the give since the inception of the cliche free quality education. I always don't say quality in a way you the only measure over time. When you introduce free education, the issue of quality we attach to it, you know they get equality at that moment. And so for design the educational project free quality education. You go always undermine the result of what you want to get, because if you say they offer free quality, the quality you not go able to measure in the immediate
Jeff, I could Jeff in line the break.
Yes, because internet and non-internet actually break. Kev, you get me? Kev? Yes, please. You get me?
Yes, I can go on.
Yes, please go ahead.
Oh my God.
Jeff in line, I know they get waiting Kev to talk.
Yes, the line did break. But you get me now, Kev?
Are you get me?
Yes, we get
Yes,
you.
okay. Okay. So the issue of quality side, at the time for analyze first the aspect of the quality.
Okay.
The quality you cannot determine quality just when you introduce the project. The quality is something where you a process, and it will lead over a medium or long time before you go really reach out to quality, because education for over decades will not go down the drains. And so you know just come and introduce a reform in that education and call them quality. The quality not going to be determined at that moment. Because you will get for take processes. You will get for take time. You get for look at the infrastructure of the educational sector itself. Do we have the right infrastructure? Will they roll out the educational program? No. And so quality not going to exist if you don't get the right infrastructure. I can give you an example. We've been doing an intervention when I be a World Bank funded something in 5 chiefdoms in Apujon district. It go surprise you that you will be sent on the internet or the website. You get schools and where picking and they go toilets no day. They not get sanitation, water and sanitation not day in those schools. And quality not they exist in vacuum. Quality you they see them as you feel them, you also they experience them. And a holistic component. You look at the learning environment, it got to be conducive. We go make the pikin sit down in learn. We go make the pikin pay attention whether the teacher. And if we're able to give feedback to the teacher, and teacher for also the imposition for receive feedback from the pikin. So all of these things when in missing the aspect of quality, you're not able to measure. The free aspect as well. To some extent, education in some other institutions, you go see and say it's free. But I agree with Alphonso. It's not free entirely. In fact, people are now, parents are paying more money than they used to pay when they pay school fee for picking them. I'll give you an example. I'm not going to call the school name, but my picking suffer from this same fate. I get one of my children, the way they go to a public school. All the rest of the picking in a private school, but this particular one choose say elect that school, and so now they want for go. Because now one of the most renowned female school the week he fed around the country. So he choose say now they want go. So I grant I wish for the day. Now just this time we close so. A class teacher refused for get a report card because he said the picking will buy extra tickets for a parent there for go attend the variety show. Come on, how do you expect me for left me busy schedule? I don't buy ticket for the pikin for go attend the program, he go. You say Paupa if for buy for him parents and mama and papa. And because we refuse not for buy, because we don't go attend variety show, now for picking there, he sees the picking result. And government they pay school fee for this picking. Why would you seize her report card simply because a mama and papa don't pay tickets for go watch the variety show? I mean, these are some of the things when they take for the pride beginning. Now imagine that they happen at the heart of it. If you go down to the hinterlands, you go down to the provinces, to the remotest part of this country, then the situation will be totally different. It's appalling on the side of parents, the way how teachers they behave, and we well aware government they give subsidies. But then, what are they doing with their subsidies here? Now, another challenge, another story to be told.
So
another thing.
Yes, please. Before you continue, not only so, you touch on the subsidy. Yes. Alphonso, you be the Yeri Charles.
I don't be the area entirely, but I'm going to get something the way me they talk.
Okay, so now it touch on something where I go and follow you touch on. Subsidy na challenge. You know, we dey see plenty, although then they pay certain term, then they, but how you see the subsidy, for example, because that they make the school able for run effectively. And right now we know this you face fine. I don't know really what you don't do, but we need you face fine.
For the subsidy.
Okay, better.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead with the subsidy.
Let's talk for the subsidy.
Yes, please.
All right. You see the subsidy where they pay? Hello?
Yeah, we get you. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, what the government don't do for the subsidy? And I'm going to say they call under the component 6 of the free education project implemented by World Bank, which is a multi-donor trust fund. And I'm going to say they call fee subsidy guideline. How for use the fee subsidy? That guideline they don't do. The government don't get that. 30% on system strengthening, 20% on this, and 10% on every day. How for use them the 100%? Right. Principle what they do, because government they pay direct fee subsidy, then they misrepresent the enrollment rates. Schools them, we get 200, we get 300, and they send a ministry, say they get 500, 600. Because the DD they organize then the streets and the handicap for go and verify some of them figures and they. And now then it's traveling and get motorbike and people. We all know how the education system is. So then they get the actual enrollment. When they go monitor, like when they talk unannounced monitor, school they get don't say they get 800 picking, you will see 200, 300 picking them. So the principle they themselves not honest. They make government the constraints for pay subsidy. And now, where the Ministry of Education they verify, they can make now anytime free quality education secretary has get for gonna fee, go do counting. The ministry back the go do counting. Say they don't know the time don't go far. Now because of the dishonesty of the school administration, we got to tell them back the fact. Not just because government say they pay school fee, you go can't chop any kind of say government for pay for them. Say government they pay for us, so they go monitor us. So big man in the way they sit to us on that government school. Now President MBO for go make the enrollment in school. And the Minister of Education, not the school for send the actual number of picking the way they do. What's not the parents and goal? What's not the board of governors of the
Alphonso,
role?
let ask you this question because what we don't see now, before this time when they be the campaign, then say even you when you don't get belay, you don't left school. You get rights for come back, you know, enroll and go to school. But now we find out say, then they say if you don't, you get chat in age, they know they pay for you again. Why did the changes?
Because of principle and go take picking in a private school, they can put you on a government school for seats. Me, I know this. Nobody they challenge me for this.
Yeah, but private school and still there within the age range. When they talk about the one the way they can don't say don't left school get
not also they happen. Not also they happen. Not also they happen. Then they go bring them from elsewhere. I can put them inside the school system. And when they bring them, the parents and they pay 1 million, 2 million to the principal them.
And then
they pay 1 million. I will get evidence. Anti-corruption get the evidence. Alphonso I still write correction. I get evidence. He passed 200 in my office. I go call names. I go call school them. Now we they go build them as CID them principal and they. It's not good for them call some of the name and them program. Now we they go build them as CID. Then they open private school. When they take the beginning and the parents and they pay na private school back where they pay. When they don't collect the beginning and parents their money, then they take all the names and they can put them back on the government school for now with the principal them for the government pay back. That's what they be.
And why are they start with you?
I want to get one thing straight. Because you see, again, the very government and the politicians not treat in terms of communication to the public.
I know
Now the same government you say, they are paying for every Sierra Leonean child.
Unfortunately, I know they get scared.
Particularly in 2020, 2019, when they pay for their own.
I really want to get this.
Okay, hold on quick, yeah. Kev, I beg. Alfonso say no, you fine. You did get Kev now. Please, Kev, just talk to Alfonso.
At all. I know they get.
I wonder why.
Hello, Alfonso, me, they get you clear.
Yeah, but me, they get you clear. That's not the problem.
Okay, you get me now.
Now, part of the provinces you see also Kev.
No, but I didn't have news. I didn't have it.
Okay, I will try for summarize certain things then. Yeah, because of time. Go ahead, Kev.
Yeah, so Alfonso, I mean, just they say, tell it to the dog, you tell it also to the bone. The government say get problem because politics always say at the helm of the things they do. So then communication said not get, and they know they carry the actual message. I could remember 2018, 2019, when the very government they say, then they pay NPSE was for every Israeli child. It no matter whether they private school or they win him. Now the bill why they can't get say that the number of people in this way find.
Ali, you go they talk for me.
But going further, they don't begin streamline all of this now as you they go along. They say, oh no, not all for private school and pay for government assisted schools. But that not to be the impression initially when they give. And again, now bring we back to the constitutional provision. Yeah. When you go back to chapter 2 of the Constitution, section 8, it says every Sierra Leonean for be given the right for be educated to the optimum of your own ability. We mean the government for enhance that accessibility to education and for let the person able to acquire education to the optimum of your ability. But then, if government will not pay for anybody, if government say will not pay for that and the way don't pass 20 years, but as Sierra Leonean, and you don't go enroll in school for seats, why you don't pay for it?
So the one of the age is very correct. What I bring the one of the private school. Private school, anyhow government talk then gets expensive fees the way the picking they pay. So it could be very much unfair on the government side for let them pay for private school as well.
That's what they do.
No, the fees we government they pay not to for private school normal school fee. Now the public exam, now government pay for.
Misunderstand the point.
Pay for public exams.
No, sir. No, sir. You misunderstand the point.
No.
You misunderstand the point, sir.
Now, so government says, now so government say, now so the minister says,
God enrollment rate, how do they pay subsidy? Not by examination.
Let Kev just done and then you can clear the point. Just give them chance, let done, you can't clear the point. Kev, continue.
I am quoting exactly from watching the very politicians they don't say. Okay. 2018, 2019, they say Australia beginning in this people.
Go to what is obtained in the system. Don't quote them. What you obtain at the people exam or discuss. What you obtain, the reality.
You make your points. When it done, let just rest quick. You make your points. You declare everything. Go ahead, Kev.
But what I want to do, what you Kev they talk, I want to let the phrase so I'm able for understand. Because they again.
That for you. Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. Wow, keep quiet now. Thank you.
Alfonso, when you talk, I pay attention and listen to you.
All right, go ahead, Kev.
I don't hear you now, Kev. Now say it again me. I don't hear you.
All right, Kev, go ahead.
All right. Okay, so me they say the consistency of the messages where they come out from the government themselves now not correct. And so until that is made clear to the public, then things are get for the happen back and forth. If not only those where they are government assisted school and they pay for public exams, let it be made known and legislated by law. But then when politicians come out, they say, no, now for every Australian people they pay. So you create the bottleneck and you create a leeway for let other people for penetrate them. Another aspect when we get as a concern where Alphonso speak to, the subsidy. One of the research we do will make the subsidy. People that they try to beat the system on the subsidy and the fact that the subsidy, well, we call it subsidy, but the subsidy amount per child is too small. And imagine when you take over free education, each of those children be they pay na school, they pay school fee. So for example, if a child be they pay 30,000 per term, it means in 3 times now 90,000 they pay. So, but if you government can now you take over that school fee, they give a subsidy of 5,000 per pikin. You know the shortfall.
Okay,
25,000.
Right from that point, they last come to Alphonso. Alphonso, basically, what Kev the try for say, he say in the initial process, they promise every Sierra Leonean child forget this quality, free quality education. They not be say by age, they not be say private and public no something like that one day. So now that it basically try for say. And the last point where it actually touch on, the last point where it touch on, basically they touch on this, subsidy. How much? Let's start with that. How much government they pay for one picking as a form of subsidy?
All right. Senior secondary school are 60,000.
60,000 for the whole year.
Yes, no, for term.
For term.
According to the laws they will get now, they pay school fee per term. Also per year. For the junior secondary now, 50,000.
50.
Junior now 50,000.
And primary?
For term. Junior secondary, JSS.
Yes, please. What about primary?
The primary school now 10,000. And the World Bank project, they give grants to each and every primary school. Then just pay 29.9 billion all money to all the primary school them. Over 5,000 at the country. Yes.
Okay. All right. So basically.
That's for primary school because the subsidy is small.
Okay. So basically, because government give 10,000 to primary, World Bank come inside and say,
yes,
they give this amount.
Yes.
And free money they make and call and grant.
Yes. And that grant say they go directly for renovation, high school they perform, that's when they ace the money up. Now it's sort of target to them set for them they do well. Recent now pay so 29.9 billion all money. Okay. They all say go on the website today, they know high.
Okay, thank you for the information.
Each school they get today. And what to make it transparent because we are civil society they inside, where government they pay them money now, they make it transparent. Then they end the list, almost this school gets. If we see any school where name not they exist, we they challenge them. Like right now, so I get challenge of one school I see where not they exist. When and they back and forth panani. We don't write official letter to the ministry. We don't pan one day. Because they make a public now.
So how come school in name they appear where they know they exist? Because what to make they ask you this thing?
We are in the education system.
The president will give this figures and they pay for. The minister of finance will give this. The parliament then will can't give different one. So everything is just mixed up like we don't actually get correct number.
Now the yuki from the Ministry of Education to the Ministry of Finance to the school to the parents and the yuki all involved. I make you tell thank you for Dr.
Even to the government for political reading. Even to the government for political reason.
Make this point clear.
Yes, okay. It's a legal chance now too. Let me listen to yourself. But what thing did the tell you say? He say you not for left the government because of political reason. I make all of them think that they happen so.
Yes, so I make when Dr. Senge come, it come with a clean system. With a clean out of the system, yeah. And I make most of them at the ministry, if you say then the fall term. Take out that too much in a young man. Because the mechanism now you don't put in place, where you do them see and then they catch you at the end of the day. Now we say you don't go take picking them. For can't see twice. Then you go check your figure. Almost you get an SS2. Any SS2 picking, they went at 45 years of age. You get an high school. When you go see twice, you go meet 45-year-old man there, 50-year-old man. They teach the model. You get an SS2 pass camp. And government make provision for repeater. When you fail, you repeat one time. You don't get a system where you make for begin. You see if they fail, you go repeat it. You get for set back. But they be motivated for learn. So when you fail, you repeat. And the repeater list and they take them from SS2. Now when send the car that system now can expose them. That book figure them in the car, it's not there again. Now make the car that age day. Now we all do them. Not to the ministry no more. Civil society with recommendation the only part of them. Now we do them.
Let me ask you this question.
Now we do them.
Even when you say the minister out system for clean up the system, but yet still you get school them when a ghost school them. We been feel say the last minister when be run after ghost, if you don't go with the ghost them.
No sir. So the ghost school now, most of them don't disappear based on the system we don't know in place of place subsidy now. Like what I tell you, they pay subsidy now any principal in name again. No way under the school in name.
Okay. And
the bank now they verify for ensure say the school get board. Because the principal sign, the board chairman get for sign as signatory. Now make all the school don't know get board. Government only constitutes the board them of all the school them. For secondary and primary na SMCs.
Okay, so like you declare most of the points there. Hold on, Kev, you get a question.
Yes, I say from the human right point of view, you see all of these things what they do, we always make policies where not they contravene the constitutional provisions of the country.
Meaning?
We constitution section 8 under chapter 2. He say government forgive that opportunity for every Sierra Leonean for be educated to the optimum of your ability. It no matter which age he is. This are thing where in 2019 I also challenged the budget hearing Professor Pakima when I be Minister of Tertiary Education. I said when I give scholarship then, when I put age, if you dey beyond 30, you don't go for this scholarship. If you want to go do PhD, you know for the 45-year-old. Would I tell you say people when they beyond 45 years no able to book? But then, you get your policy where it be the push, and you get your ideology, how possible not pass 45 years not going to be useful to this country. But I be challenger. You were over 60 years when you're a Minister of Education. And then you want to tell me say people that beyond 50 not useful to this country. Some people personally they sponsor themselves, when don't pass 45 years, then go do PhD, they still come they useful to this country. So the issue of bringing age for determining access to education is not called for. We have seen in other countries. In Kenya, a 96-year-old man goes on a class 1. He's still able to fulfill in dream of entry school. What's wrong if 45-year man thinks that today I don't ready for right public exam so that I will make progress.
Alphonso this question. In fact, na Kenima will be see one mommy they win at the ageable mommy we going to school, and then they make boast of that, including the military, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So these are exceptional cases.
So
let's answer, Mr. Ali, la response
so they be politically talk about that day. So why now then they give limits to other people?
No, sir.
Exactly.
All right, sir, let's answer that question.
Go ahead, yes, go ahead,
I don't know if you go give me a chance like that and the
platform.
Thank you. When you look at the Youth Commission Act, it say now for develop the potential, creativity, skills, and talents of young people. Now this country will launch it up. The government say they give opportunity to the young people. Them. Now will launch it up. If there's scholarship, then they come. They not say if you don't pass 45 years, then you don't get. Also, they never get placed at this country. That 45-year-old man, that 23-year-old boy able to compete with some for get scholarship. When the permanent secretary is in party, the minister in party, whose opportunity the young people then go get? If they not come, then caveat day. Whose opportunity? Don't talk true. That 45-year man, you know everybody in the system. Unlike the 23-year-old boy who just come on and college, you don't know nobody. That means they come, they criteria then they. Right? But let the young people go. No, if you tell her answer, make her answer.
Yeah, Don, you get 1 minute
because the way you say human rights, don't misinterpret human rights. Not so human rights that one day. You talk about equity and equality in education. If we are to promote equity and equality in education, some of them clauses and they will need for the against side. We're going to make sure so young people equal to that 45-year-old man for Lambu.
Okay.
So
now let's answer the exam proper.
Waiting carefully try for say.
Because
it try for say all of that they correct, but when you look at the human rights part of the whole thing, then they exclude certain people in.
No.
Exactly. And besides,
no,
the 45-year-old way you condemn so, he don't pay tax to this country. He don't pay tax to this country where the 22-year-old not pay. And yet you want to put at the camp list. You want to use taxpayer money for the taxpayer plan. And the 45-year-old man don't pay tax for several years when they work for this country. Yet you say enough for benefits from country benefits. But you forget 20-year-old, we don't ever pay tax to this country.
In waiting and see,
I think no, say not 20 years they pay tax. They are paying indirect tax.
In waiting
20 years they pay indirect tax.
In waiting and see in all of
so Aliu, let me tell Kev, say 20-year-old picking they pay indirect tax. 20-year picking they pay indirect tax. Don't say they are not paying tax. Now 2 way they pay tax, you pay direct and indirect tax. No, 20-year-old picking when you go buy pen, you pay indirect tax. When you go buy book, you pay indirect tax.
Gentlemen,
no, don't say they are not paying tax. We do that statement. Don't say that. Don't say they are not paying tax. That is not correct.
When it comes to you, Kev, Alphonso, rest with you.
No, you've been unfair to the young people.
Go ahead, continue, 30 seconds. Continue, Alphonso, 30 seconds.
What I mean?
Yes, continue. 30 seconds.
All right, 30 seconds. What are the tell Kev? When you say human rights, they talk about equity and equality. No 45-year-old man, 23-year-old boy able to challenge that salon and sababu. They already don't get the sababu. So what government they say, give space. That will put on a document. I will advocate for that day. I mean, at the first youth, we served at the Youth Commission Board, appointed by the former president. So we colleague appoint me. I served there for 2 terms. I know the pain when young people and they go through for get scholarship in salon. I make cook out all of them things and they. You say self no. What them they say study grants. Now later than they write you. We know.
And let we listen now to Kevin self get 1 minute for complete with.
Yes. So, thank you very much, my brother. My point is, you no go use general observation for undermine a law. The Constitution, if you don't say, the drafters of that law may know say everybody get right for be educated when he get the opportunity for be educated. And so when you bring policies where they promote exclusion, it's not good. Human rights, they condemn and they abhor. And so if this 45-year person we want to go do PhD now we for know the history of this country. We were affected by war for 11 years. Some people were devastated where it take them more years for return to school for even finish a O-level. Some man by the time he finish O-level, he don't pass 25 years. He struggle back there for go college. By the time they get first degree, he don't pass 35 years. And we for understand the country context. For let somebody want for bill on himself, he don't do first degree by himself, he don't do second degree by himself, he want to go do PhD, they say no. We're not going to give you because you don't pass 45 years. What about the country context where limits the person from reaching in goal?
All right.
And then the law provides everybody for be given that opportunity
So
as long as you will for that.
That brilliant question they asked for all you day, and then we did move a bit because we did not find out. Una all the hold on to una point. Everybody get right to them points in there. We left the people and for actually decide on who that they go for take in your word. So now we move a bit. Now we got no another way we could talk about the free education. We not talk about how the government or waiting at the opportunities them where the government be promise the people. So we want for touch in that area and the small bit. Number one, since una begin on the 45 year, 20 year, 23 years, let's take una to the university. At one point, before this government come, let me tell we say, whenever Pekin they buy that form for going to college, then go give back the money. In fact, then be say they go make it be free. So the first year, then be tell the Pekin them say, una pay, and then we go refund una. But not so secret say, now 4 years so now, they not refund none of them things then they. What in the Ministry of Education they do with that day, Alphonso?
Thank you very much. Me now one of
we know they hear you.
been Tinap, University of Salose, the president in what not for them. And up to now they challenge that one, they become president, they don't say for me, and they challenge and they up to now say he wrong, but then picking and they pay for applying at the university wrong, and they challenge that in a part of my advocacy, because President Bill be making class enough for the pay. But get people that at the university, like what they talk, we believe say the young man enough for prosper, and they sit down with them close, then they back. For prevent people enough for going to university.
But Alphonso,
I'm not
sure say the university get ranked past the Ministry of Education or tertiary education.
That's not can be part because you know this is an independent something government for to interfere for land book.
No,
independent
wait. The university then they're under the ministry.
But you said not live na salary, I not be a professor.
Yes, I know, but because I remember, I'll give you a clear example. We did know about the University of Makeni and the University of St. Clement, for example, and then we find out, say, because of political connection those days, then be able to approve the University of Makeni to the fastest possible time. Whereas other university the one they waiting at the Tertiary Education Commission, they grip them not for prosper. But you see, because of political reason, you think say if really the political will the university them go able for tap the government not for do waiting and promise. All right, Alphonso don't let me sit.
Yes, you're right.
Fine.
No, I don't come. I'll be listen to you. What's in happen? When this government come, I made the president not to chancellor again. I don't know if you don't follow up that day. Yes. President meeting, my guy. Please. Thank you. Because of the politics. So what are the guy for talk? You see, the university they run, it's difficult for the government to get what you want inside it.
Okay.
Understand they stole the learning.
Okay.
make it difficult for the young people.
Okay.
Then they take out all kinds of things.
Okay.
Yeah, we speaking an option about time know it.
Okay.
So now I challenge them in the PRO.
Okay. Alphonso, they actually get some.
Ogo na AYV Mundaro Jazz. I challenge them and I say it wrong. I say even the president for dismiss the vice principal and the campus them because I president don't go talk say na free. You say they forget the system for applying for going to the university. Nobody know for they count a system for exploit people. The young people do not get voice for penetrating to the education system. Almost school, almost side they teach. Picking they evaluate lecturer. When picking getting that's what in lecturer talk, then they fail and left off. What do human rights say they do? How many people they fail in college because they challenge lecturer? They ask relevant question. Who do they talk for them? Then they fail them. Who do they talk for them? They don't bring the points on board.
Okay.
So when they hold you as a university lecturer, then they can lecture. Okay, lecturer, they ask some money, send some grade, then they fail them. Who do they talk for them?
I think that's the challenge you're picking in the face. Kefla bring you inside. I will still reverse to the issue of this form. You know, where now the entrance and thing down there. Now the government, this government then promise the picking them. And they even promise them back, say, then go refund them. But some of them people in the wrong guy, they tell they not refund them.
It's so shameful. Me pikin enter university this year. Me say buy that form there, bruh. Even when electronics we go fill, you pay back for form. You know, Sierra Leone, we just know one for grow. You sit here in this country, you want for study any parts of the world. Just put your computer on. You enter into any university, you download the form, you fill the form, you submit the form without paying a single dime for it. Yet, Sierra Leone, we just know one for grow. Even when we say, oh, we are going electronics for fill application form, you still will have to pay for it. You're going to bank for say you pay before they give you code for access that form. Even for access that form, picking the queue for days and then at telecenters for do because now selected few they approve for even access picking them for go fill those forms. So it just chaotic. For goodness sake, we country in the 21st century with this so now. We say for try for growth, for catch up with other nations. But it's not happening. One of the challenges we get at this country, we make public pronouncement, proclamations in the name of politics. We know the build systems for monitor through for ensure we enforce those proclamations made by we political leaders. And you see how Alphonso tried for evade the issue of clamping down. Why not call to book the university? Then a sacred cow. But then he quick for anti-corruption go after teachers we corrupt. But they will never go after lecturers. They will never go after university authorities. Are they immune to the law in this country? Are they above the law? If the government, the president don't say, no picking up for pay for application form, why are they still promoting it?
Are they all you there?
And nobody
Are they all you there right from that point? Are they all you right from there? Alphonso, this now question where plenty people go on for us. You don't tell me just not say the university authority, they're not going for greed, they're not the give chance. So for say then they're above everything where they happen. Now a question we careful.
Not about you see, it's not tell you. It's difficult. You know why? Most of the way they kind of governance system are from the university and the community.
Okay.
Some of them didn't a lecturer, they can get that leave, that sabbatical leave where they take. They sit still in there.
Yeah.
And then at the university, now they pack inside governance back.
Yeah, I remember for the last year, you get Ogunlade, and for this one, you get the Sunday. Yes, not true. You correct.
Now, they come, yes. So, with the one that was inside government, 99% back can explain the election at the university. So when the president together the all in a round table, when president want to be dictator, he go listen to the all.
But wait, if you know say any pronouncement from the president, na policy.
Exactly.
Yes,
yeah.
Now so, that's make takes me believe enough for self-form. Because we don't come up from the president, now policy. And I go still challenge that one day. I go still talk and say wrong for self-form in the 21st century at the university. It's wrong. It's wrong. Recently, look what's been at Mr. Magai Technical College of Education. Mr. Magai, when the principal, Sima very firm for sex for grade. Then go record and say they talk about tribalism business. When I tell everybody kids on they discuss common one. Everybody is on they discuss and they come on one outside the country. Then privileged conversation and they did. People go talk about the system and one of them by next Friday. He said he called him out for go black pelam because he said no sex for grade. You see the problem we get?
Yes.
In very colleagues and then time for and so.
We indeed talk about that now so. Anyway, so
yes.
let me move again. Let me move forward.
Alphonso, now that makes some of we be stand by Philip Kanu. Me for one, I be support Professor Philip Kanu because now the right thing he do
and indeed,
somebody
we follow that case there. And interestingly, we follow the case and we watch the trend how it go. If you watch them, you get one organization where they want for establish one thing where they say SLPP lecturers organization, you know, and then you get people that within at the system, no one forgive chance because in fact, Dr. Kanu himself is not part of the system. But all man get the way out and they look at certain things. But let's move away from that quickly and let me go into another thing. We get for do this. We're not going to do all the discussion. No.
Yeah, because in fact, the battery don't begin show red. I don't know how long we do.
But let me look at this thing, you know, Alphonso. If I for ask you, you don't monitor school. You don't look at how things then they go. How you will really grade if you for look at you bundle all till you grade the system in terms of the education system right now. What you will say?
You mean for rate in percentage, you mean?
Possibly, yeah.
All right, so let me talk about the four guiding principle and rate in percentage. That it will make sense to people.
Okay.
Very quickly. The first one are universal access. If you look from 2018 to now, the number of people that we don't come into the school system is unprecedented. And I'm quoting the head of GPE, Global Partnership at the quota. And they also quote the residents, UN, the UN resident coordinator and Salon. So in terms of access, that means the number of people that don't come inside school. So when you look at the first guiding principle in universal access, it's upward trajectory. We don't get more picking them, we don't come inside the school system from 2018 to now. So the point out, the beginning of the benefit from free quality education is about 2.5 million. That's one. Two, comprehensive safety. Now the second guiding principle, what's that comprehensive safety? And then they talk about what's facility, school feeding, the school bus, the school environment, how learning they take place, whether the classroom conducive or not.
Let me not forget, as you touch on certain things that I'll ask you. Yeah, you talk about school feeding, right? You talk about,
school feeding.
We be see pilot and then they say it go on. What did happen right now with the school feeding? Because from when we
now the school feeding
about that Chinese rest, we see the system paralyzed.
No, me now I'm going to rest it.
No, I just to tell you, I just to make reference. From that Chinese rest, we see the system paralyzed.
Now the school feeding they go on in different way. You get CRS. When they implement and start in this
and
system,
CRS be always done they exist.
You get jam.
CRS be always done they exist.
No, they tell you now they get specific districts on the free quality education.
Okay, go ahead.
You get jam. When they say they implement and start in. Now, the school feeding they go on now 12 districts. 12 districts. And you mean the Western urban and the Western rural.
When you talk about 12 districts, now all the schools them, when are government and government assisted?
No, you cannot target all the schools. You know they target all the schools. Based on the survey they do, you get the most.
Take per district. How many schools?
Okay, so let me explain this. When they target the district, they target all government assisted and government schools. Yes. Not all the schools, they don't target private schools.
Yes.
But the district that they target now, all government assisted and government schools. Go and find out.
So now that's how they ask.
Don't
forget, I know they talk about free education and talk about private. And they talk about government. All the 12 districts them now, all the schools them the benefit.
Yeah, the schools are where they far.
What do you mean by far?
Not inside the main town, not inside the headquarter town. Like if they do not Bombali, they not go do not Makeni, the headquarter town. Or go place like a Puja, we see they do outside. You go and buy and they do because this city they po. But so they do outside. So now based on the survey where everybody been doing, they say that the hungriest side in the country, then the school feeding day.
So
you don't go do school
partners
feeding,
do the
you
school
go
feeding
feed school like a both
program
school,
the government
na
in
both.
CFF.
You don't go do school feeding, you go feed school like a both school na both where we afford them. Hey, but it don't make sense. You don't go feed Colette na Cambia where we afford them.
On a partnership.
Na partnership, not a government 100%, na partnership.
Okay, allow only the quick, yeah. Kev in battery don't they run out. Kev, what do you think about this school feeding?
Even that one day now on paper, I don't work na Pujon district. Not all schools they get feeding safe na Pujon. Yeah. Go to Galines, you go to Manley, you find schools there where they in very poor condition, they not even consider them for school feeding. In fact, approved teachers they say for the school they minimal. I go fence them and send you all the data there. Yeah,
please.
because we get a whole data on that.
Okay.
So people now see no more and they bring paper talk na yeah. These are practical things and now for bring who don't see nothing. It's not practicable every side, not to in all 12 districts, not to all government assisted schools they get school feeding. As I talk to you across the country. It's not correct. So again, it comes back to the human aspect, the human rights aspect. When you say you choose for support Sierra Leonean children in public schools, we don't need for discriminate. It don't mean say because somebody there inside Boton, you feel say gentle. Not lie. It's not correct. There are people living also in abject poverty, even in the heart of Botown, even in the heart of McKinney. So living in a big town don't mean say you well off. Now we left then no so yeah. So a man live in a village so because of his family working, they will feed himself. Whereas the one who did a big town now one day they eat per day. It is struggle self after 8 hours before you get food for it. So some of these things, let them be backed by empirical proofs. That if this person live in an urban town, he gently, he able to take care of himself.
So the last question I will ask you before you go, because of you charging, how you go rate the system? Yeah. How you go grade them?
How we go grow?
How you go grade the free education?
For me, I left it to the people for judge.
Okay.
But there are so many loopholes in the free education, free quality education system that government needs for go back to the drawing board for look at. And you cannot promote free quality education if you not build the infrastructure. The infrastructure then still they down. You go to some villages, there are no schools, na bamboo huts, na then they sit down. A bus, where you can get for abandon them. I get series of those pictures. I go furnish you with them.
All right. So
these are practical people that feel all together. And so until you build those infrastructure, you cannot talk of quality education. Education is not built in silo. It's not built in silo or in isolation. Now, holistic approach you get. So now, make we before don't take bit by bit and address the different components of it. Okay. At the end of the day, we know say we said if that 10-15 years we know say we can able for reach quality education at Sierra Leone. We said that parameter. It can be well measurable, realistic, but when you can, you say, hey, I don't introduce free quality. The achievability of it is questionable.
Okay.
So we got to go back to the board as a country, forget it right, where we not been get it right.
Thank you very much. Alphonso, you better make your points. Please complete.
Yeah, thank you very much. Waiting me what I understand. Any year where they end, then they assess the free quality education. And civil society then can present today. Which they go well with the talker. Right? Either assess some of the program they kept. Or they assess the free quality and a frank discussion. In civil society work, when you get partnership with the Ministry of Education, there are things you say in the media, there are things you go and sit and discuss with them. I've been in this field for 25 years. Now this space. Because you have an SLA with the ministry, you go and sit and discuss certain way they see. For instance, my institution, they do monitoring. I know they announce them. This money is what they conduct so now. School, cannot they announce how they look at the facilities in our school? But they go to the some principal challenge. When they put everything in place. I get thousands of pictures where they are the minister phone.
All right.
MBSS in phone. Okay. How they stand and so they bring issues. They bring issues, but any other civil society, education, and they challenge anyone as alone. Recently, when they let so for pay fee subsidy, the annual education we can make statements. We first talk what up. Now the fee subsidy, the next the government pay. All
right.
When teachers them they strike, for the very first time they allow civil society for them at the trade, because they will support them. When Nancy go and waste salon money, they go and build their house and I got rich. Then they did an assessment, so I condemn Nancy. As if now 2 men pala on go build a falaba, then far place and qualify my bank for teachers them better. Then I go and waste Nancy money, so I took them.
All right.
But for them who address the issue of education, not of government some more. What in the parents and they do? What in the community and they do? When community get married, then they go take the bench in a school, they can't go for marriage. Okay. When community get married, devil, then they go pull the school bench them, go take a campus on the street and they play devil with the school bench them. Community get role for play and school for protect the school. Community get role.
You correct. When
they get the pump inside school, then they go get what?
Now both YouTube
and the school pump. The beginning will use the facility at the school.
All right.
Then they sell the school and land. When school and offense, the very commission they sell the school and land. Then they sell the school and land. When school and offense, how many schools don't get that problem there?
You correct. All of these are things that
the parents and they bribe teachers and let them pick it and get high mark.
That is why in a collective responsibility for we all. Let's just go on YouTube and Facebook and
thank you, and that's my point. But people that they look at them say education and government, someone for address them. It is wrong.
Okay, let's look at the system.
Now education sector, let's say this one lastly. The education sector for the very first time in Salon, all my developer in Sierra Leonean. No consultants no come for develop this education sector plan. So the point that when we went to Paris, France, it was referenced that in all of the West African countries, not only Sierra Leone developed the education sector plan. I was in Paris when it was said in the forum, right? So with the several reforms that they take place, what make we not see that now? Education also through the investment today. No, you know, it take long time.
All right.
But because of the whole side of politics, they don't invest my education today.
Let's take few messages before we actually wrap up. This one from Abscano say it's not free quality education. This other one from okay, the same person say he said honestly though we can't blame the government for that. The principles are also corrupt. This other one from Abdul Kagbo say Alphonso, God will judge you for these big lies. This other one
I'm ready. I don't see. I see that posting.
You see the comment?
Yeah, I see. I get thick skin. Yeah. If you say me, I'm a politician, begin to see the right somewhere. I shake. I get thick skin.
Okay, let's go back. Okay, let me follow me. Follow me. Let's go na YouTube as well. This other person, George, say my adopted daughter. Okay, Annalisa Conte say my adopted daughter college fee is over 7 million leons. And then this one from Agibi say the civil society them organization, most of them just they come and lie away. And then you get this other message where say, but wait not only same Alphonso been then at the audit report where the Ministry of Education they give copper where the audit report really talk about. And this other message say, okay, this one a conversation. Okay, conversation them so they join the converse. So these are the few questions they want to pick out. Where comments they want to pick out.
Yes, thank you. So let's deal with the audit report first.
Yes.
It's not illegal for let the ministry allow for go sales. The only audit report say is
wait, hold on. The line the break. We know they get you fine.
You know say government.
No, we not get you. Hold on, Alphonso. You get me? You get
I get you.
Yes, okay, go again.
Yeah.
We not be there, you fine.
It's not illegal for let the government support civil society for go do popularization in waiting the education they do. Government they give subsidy to sludge. You know, journalists, you know. They give subsidy to sludge. It don't mean say sludge for compromise. Waiting the audit report say withholding tax. You know, say 80 money, let go read and find. He say withholding tax.
Yes.
Yes, 90 days. 90 days are the audit reports. When the audit reports all right, so with money. The problem by Sierra Leone and them, now government for the whole thing, that country the way they so the citizens get contribution that they make for let the country go before.
Correct. But
Yeah,
Alphonso, let I ask you this question.
If one game ball fuse the way, if one game ball fuse na government school na 10,000, nobody know they buy them.
Okay, Alphonso, you
Nobody
actually
know
not
they buy
wrong
'em.
for let the
They
government
wait till the
support.
government subsidy come.
You get me, please? You actually not wrong. It actually not wrong for let the government support civil society organization for do work, you know, for monitor, like for you example, they get projects from the Ministry of Education for monitor some of them projects them and all. It's not wrong at all. Illegal. But
no, not the monitoring, not the monitoring. I say popularization. I say popularization, I don't say monitoring.
No, I say
maybe
popularization. Me use the wrong word. Now me use the wrong word. I beg
so
for
let me set the record straight. The ministry they support you for popularize. For instance, when they get the education sector plan, so don't take all over the country, tell people they're waiting there inside there.
Okay.
The ministry no one they support you for monitor. One day, now independent organization like a DP, and they give you support for monitor. UNICEF them.
Okay.
One day ministry no support you for monitor.
So
one day.
the question when me go ask you, this question will come up for me directly. The question I go ask you. You say the ministry they give una cup or the support una follow una popularize. In other words, when they don't get a project, they don't get a policy, they don't get things them. You know they go and tell people and say now this the ministry don't get to this now the good part this of this particular thing. Now this una not for do. So now you don't be part of that one day. Then get one word say you don't go bet the finger with the video. Not true?
So tell me back to all the journalists that do better because government they give them subsidy. You tell me that now.
The truth now you see how the media they right now.
But nobody know they will know this on side. Like I to the points now direct. All over the world. Nobody know this on side.
Okay.
Because man they go vote. But do you work independent one? Nobody know what this. You know hide. You know hide. When they go to America election, they go and tell them no vote for Donald Trump. People tell them, not to America will copy example for. I don't take a fake and make things so the common I know better. Not to civil rights, the whole civil rights in America.
Tell them vote for Biden. Anything come Africa.
No, I come and they read the comments them. And they answer a question with the comments.
Oh, you read comments them as well.
Because I read the comments, yes, I read them. I get to follow the other 90s.
Okay.
I read them.
Okay, please go ahead. Feel free. Go ahead. I think a good thing you do. Go ahead.
So, you know, you say wrong. Me, I don't challenge government for education past anybody in a salon. I don't challenge government to the point that the deputy minister, Emily Gogame, make club and AYV. What tell and say that 30% grade when they call the CAS, that the ministry is responsible for make principal and guys say no. I say no. Now they pay teachers and all the rest. Who make club? Nobody know they take the Ministry of Education to tax teach me. Go and find out that salon. Every day I didn't school them. Every day my organization didn't school them. With the catch principal every day, all the government examination, with the catch picking them. With the catch people that will connive. Because of the policy, I write to the right time to submit them. Then the examination policy. When catch possible space, partner work, not already you go talk them. Now form with the field, you write them. That's the procedure. Right. Now when social media don't come. When they monitor exam, or when you go monitor, now form with the field. You don't necessarily they give money, they tell you that one day. When you fill form, you go monitor and cross-check before you go to the media. That's procedure.
So the last question I will ask you, if you for talk to people now, because this, like I talked to the judiciary yesterday, a lot of things them they when engagement where if you want to let people know about you, you get for of course market yourself or market the things the way you do. A lot of things then they where the ministry get for do. Although yes, then get independent people where they monitor, but una self where they near where they popularize the things them, una self get more work them for do. So waiting you go left with people them now. We trust the system and to the one them as well, we not trust the system.
The civil society needs support.
This could basically be the last message we pass on.
Mr. Aliyu, the civil society needs support for doing work.
Okay.
For instance, when they write to donors them, then they look at the work plan. If you write now to donors say you want to go monitor, then they send them back on a Ministry of Education for go say yes, we recognize this partner and so thing. Muna whether at the diaspora, surround the way they Muna say for the kind side for give support for independent monitoring. It go very fine and on timely basis. Then one. Two, I will say government for review the 2004 Education Act and then a fast stage panel now. My brother, the policy the way education don't get, it don't pass 30 new policies they reform. Catchment policy, fee subsidy, school approval policy, the public don't know. How do you engage the public on anything now so the public will know the direction where they go? For 30 years, education don't get curriculum. Now only last year, they call the school curriculum. People don't know they send them picking on a government school because government school don't get curriculum. How many parents don't know say government don't get curriculum? Who go sit down for talk and say government get curriculum and say the ministry in PRO. It bad for that go talk say the ministry get curriculum. They say me that the ministry in PRO is bad. For that say if curriculum they don't it bad. Say me no more.
But wait, because the truth now, Alphonso, you know, what's the difference between you helping for popularize the ministry in policies and things them and that of the PRO of the ministry?
Fine. Where will they advocate? For instance, what would they advocate so the ministry will review the 2004 Education Act? When the ministry they review them, now we they go do the engagement. Well, let them know say now this the public one for them inside the document. When we take the document back independence and go to the public they get confidence. Say no, not to the right time. But look what when they discuss and frankly. And that's one organization they work all. Okay. So now you they give them money. Even careful you don't so. That's how they work. May not collaborate for several programs.
Unfortunately, Kev been done left because of in charging.
No, I'm a colleague. Kev is my senior colleague, you know. I'm a senior colleague. You know, they watch still. You understand? That's how they work.
Okay. All right.
It's difficult to get. Sierra Leone, they abroad, they support organization and for all government to account. Then they do that. Television in the sell for council.
In the future.
Now plasma in the sell for council. Then they give support.
In the
so
future.
So you want to they can't detect to me. It's not possible. Land for support, the money they use now taxpayer money from other country there. Where they take support education too. Now taxpayers money.
Yeah, but
what if you don't sign on and that's what they do?
Plenty they support when they do.
No, let me address them. Just give me 1 minute to address
me. No, wait, before you address them, you need to know something. You get from those say
them so much. I don't go there. Then come send the all I don't travel there. I don't see that.
I give chance, but you get for get this like mind before you talk. You get for no say plenty diaspora and they support plenty people inside the country. It not necessarily means say them for give money for let them monitor, but then they do plenty things them where if they call some of this up
at the family level, at community level, and they do too. So also I want for take their attention now to education. That's good thing they talk.
You don't talk already. Then they don't have at community level. And then say catch them from the community.
Okay, let's tell you something. When somebody carries self, they can't donate textbook them. To school. Then they use the textbook at all at the school.
Okay.
Look all them at the library and then they use them. Because we come, ask whose textbook that they use. Look what the library full of. I go to the school, they send the plan for school all. Because the people are not getting tickets for it. They need to use them. Now one of the missing link. 2, that you can't give bag, geometry, etc. The people can get bag. They get pencil, they get that. Not to that they want again. But they get quality education, not to the one that they want. It's more support to teachers. So the teachers can deliver to the pupils.
So how therefore support the teachers then?
Thank you very much. You got an institution that they call Teaching Service Commission. If you believe that you village where you born, school day, go to the Teaching Service Commission, you say you have for train teachers because some of them, but when they get a TC or HTC, they not go for refreshers course. So you have for train them on the new pedagogy. Pedagogy means the method that they teach. It's very good. The teacher they come out to be an excellent teacher. Other than that, World Bank they train them. They say call one teacher in a school, call one teacher in another school, call one teacher. So the number is small. If a whole convent school, you call one teacher, you go train them. We cannot be able to train the competition them. They make sense. I mean, they train and then they speak them down. But if you look your school, you say your school don't serve you, that come out and community, and package now for target teachers and let them teach in modern technique, train them. So God will see difference. Go allow the angel then they make workshop. When they call and one day they call. Now two then they call per district. You will call 2 teachers per district so make you go make changes at the district.
Actually listen to you just now, they make reference to waiting they happen at the Western world. Whereas, they get a lot of support them within the gates, Not a secret say, like the Western world where they talk to, if teacher don't take na school long term, they got the particular office where they, yeah, then they stop them and send and go back, they go refresh. And that goes to different other offices then. For example, the one that they work with Peking, the one the way they work in a different office then. You do work there at some point and they stop you, say, please, you need to go back and do refresher and come back. Not so for say you not sabi you. But inside we country, you know they happen. Except if you want for go
well,
down
of late now the education sector, now the progress I said, they don't begin some training them they go on, but the number is small.
Well,
for instance, if you say Bo, call 2 teacher command abo, you know more school in abo when 2 teacher they call command abo no more for cancer national training, the number is small. So what me they appeal for, and I don't tell this even go France and tell President Bio, I say community intervention, then gonna make this free quality education be sustained. When the community hold them, when we hold them as now we projects, and now we hold as community. Now we all see say where Kono them we fail bad one. The people that were born at Kono, then go back and get Kono District Education Committee. Then pay free lesson for all the people that exist NPSC Bekewas. Then give some teacher they will not get a stipend. Then begin the allowance. This past result Kono do well. Put your back don't do them. Put your District Education Committee. Can be a back don't do them. Now they say don't see say let them say take the district as a whole. So if you say you put Cambia teacher them down, you have to call all the Cambia teacher them. It is not capacity. It makes sense. Than we call one teacher and say can do training.
All right.
The next day the teacher will not get chance to tell the company they go back to school work.
Okay.
Let me point someone.
So I hope we
you know
get
me say that's why they do well. But if we change the strategy, small, we say all come together. Give one support to Cambia district. It make more sense that they do as an individual where the results, you know, the better. Learning outcome, not they improve. Because me sit down, use me £2,000, I buy bag, no more the picking get back. And it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
It's not for developing the education and the teacher aspects, education governance. That teacher aspect for training to teacher them for modern technique, modern skills. Teacher then get better salary. Teacher and they train. Then the worker come outside, they don't get money for pay or rent. Then they train. Now the advocacy who they advocate now for teachers them. But then they still say we for help teachers them.
Right.
And what then are the diaspora, my brother? If we mobilize, where would do them? We help because the free quality na teacher then get them. But transfer knowledge to the school picking them. And if then a conducive atmosphere, we got one of the best teachers. They will do the best teacher award. That's not the national committee. If it's not and they display their talent, but oh yeah, that teacher will say for money and not it.
Thank you very much. And empty bag, not enough. Now, I will hold you and we will wrap up the program for today. I hope we will get another time for let we meet again and continuously they engage on this particular issue because it's very important for let people know what in the happen and let we go into the governance part of the education. Thank you very much, Alphonso Manley, for joining me inside the program today. I appreciate your time and appreciate your contribution. And Alphonso Manley actually now the executive national coordinator for civil rights coalition, and we be as well get Charles Kev Kobai, where na the executive director for Forward Sierra Leone, where they as well work on governance and human rights issue. So I want to tell you plenty thank you on all two, and I want to tell the producer of this program where na Elias Ba plenty thank you for where he able for get the guest them and put this program together. And I sure say this one don't be one of the educative programs them where we actually don't get for make sure say people them be informed about waiting the government they do and waiting again they happen na the ground. So one more time, Alphonso, thank you very much for joining me inside the program.
Thanks for having me. Thank you very much. And compliments of the season.
Many happy returns. Thank you very much. Get yourself a good day. Alright, in name na Alphonso Manley, we na the national coordinator for civil rights coalition will be actually done they use in office for make sure say they'll see waiting the happen inside the education system. Well, I want to tell them plenty thank you, and thank you again one more time to my producer Elias Abba. Thank you to Yusuf we done the journey inside the program as all time for make we discuss things them. Thank you for you just come and like, you share and you comment. We appreciate you so much. Well, until we meet again. Until we meet again. inside another beautiful edition of the program where na Kures, me name na Sembe Pierre, the freedom fighter. Well, as I meet with people where I've been don't know for long, of course, the name of Ali go actually surface every other day. But for the platform, you know say me name na Sembe Pierre. Until we meet again, God bless we country Sierra Leone, where we call we yard.
Oh yes, plenty organization don't come and go, but this one come for stay because in M, not the heartbeat of God for help the poor and needy. It's the Sidra Women's Organization.
Sidra's Women Organization. They come for every poor and Sidra's Women Organization.
The Sidra Women's Organization will be launched officially on Saturday, the 7th of January 2023. This historic event go on for inside McKinneyton, right now the SLTU Hall. The time now 10 o'clock now morning. As the main aim of this organization now for help the poor and needy, the Sidra Women's Organization would look for extend invitation to all Soriat organizations, especially other sister women's organization for can witness this colorful ceremony. I say we McKinney fumble them. Let we not forget the date again. Now Saturday, January 7, 2023, 10 o'clock in the morning, and the place now the Great SLTU Hall, McKinney Town. This organization is sponsored by a daughter of the swell based in the United States of America, Madam Sidra to Aminata Kamara. The Sidra Women's Organization helping the poor and needy is our passion. Is our passion.
They come for do their best to the